Very good morning to all of you. This is mathematics class of grade 8 and today I am going to discuss lecture number 3 of chapter number 11 mensuration. Topics which I am going to discuss in this lecture are, first of all, we shall recapitulate the concepts covered in previous lecture, that is we shall recall the area of rhombus, surface area of cube, cuboid and cylinder. After that we shall move to the discussion of volume of cube, cuboid and cylinder. Then we shall discuss the difference between volume and capacity. After that, I shall discuss few questions of exercise 11.3, and at the end of this lecture, I shall discuss homework solutions of exercise 11.2. So let us get started with the recapitulation first. In the previous lecture, we have discussed area of rhombus. So area of rhombus is given by the formula half into product of its diagonals. This is the formula of area of rhombus, half into product of its diagonals. Then we have discussed the concept of surface area. Basically, surface area means the total surface area of any figure. Specifically, in this class 8, we are supposed to deal with the surface areas of cube, cuboid and cylinder. Now, the surface area of solid or any figure, any 3D shape is the sum of the areas of all its sides. Sum of the areas of all its sides. This is what is the meaning of surface area. Now, if I talk specifically about cuboid, surface area of cuboid is the sum of the areas of all its rectangular, 6 rectangular faces. This is a cuboid. There are 6 rectangular faces in this cuboid. So, there are 2 faces, top and bottom, each with area length into breadth. There are 2 faces, front and back, each with area L into H. There are 2 faces, right and left, each with area B into H. So the surface area of cuboid is given by the formula 2 bracket LB plus BH plus HL. This is the formula of total surface area of cuboid. As I told you, if I am talking about surface area of any solid, it means I am talking about the total surface area. So this is the formula of total surface area of cuboid. Now, if I talk about the surface area of cube, in a cube, length is equal to breadth is equal to height. We have taken suppose A units. So surface area of cube, is equal to 6A square. Now let us revise the formula of lateral surface area of cube and cuboid. What is the meaning of this lateral surface? In a solid figure, in a solid, the area of side faces, lateral surface area is basically area of side faces, or this is also known as area of 4 walls. So lateral surface area, if I talk about cube or cuboid, the area of side faces, that is the faces excluding top and bottom, make the lateral surface area. It means we are supposed to consider the areas of side faces. This is what I have written here. This is also known as area of 4 walls. So in case of cuboid, what is the area of 4 walls? It will be equal to 2 bracket L plus B into H. This is the lateral surface area of cuboid. And in case of cube, what is the lateral surface area? Lateral surface area will be given by 4a square. So lateral surface area of cuboid is equal to 2 bracket L plus B into H, and in case of cube it will be 4a square. Let us now recall the total surface area and curved surface area of cylinder. Dear children, as we know that if a rectangular sheet is being folded to form a cylinder, then the length of the rectangular piece will be equal to the circumference. Length of rectangular piece will be equal to the circumference of circular ends in case of cylinder, and breadth will be equal to the height. So total surface area of cylinder is equal to 2 pi r into h. So this is the formula of total surface area of cylinder. If I talk about 2 pi r h plus, what is the area of base? That is, 2 circles are there, so it will be 2 pi r square. So we have added curved surface area of cylinder plus area of 2 circles. As we know that in a cylinder, top and bottom, you can see this is a cylinder. In this, top and bottom are circles. So we have added the two circle areas, that is 2 pi r square. So total surface area equals 2 pi r h, I am writing it again here, plus 2 pi r square, or 2 pi r can be taken out from this. It can be written in this manner also, 2 pi r bracket h plus r. Now, if I talk about the curved surface area of cylinder, this formula will be curved surface area of cylinder, curved surface area of cylinder. As we know that curved or lateral surface means we are supposed to exclude the areas of top and bottom. So from the total surface area of cylinder, we need to exclude the areas of 2 circles. So curved surface area of cylinder will be equal to 2 pi r h. I hope, dear children, you have understood or you have recalled all the formulas properly now. Coming to the main topic of today's lecture, that is volume, we shall discuss about the volume of cube, cuboid and cylinder. Firstly, we should know what is volume. Amount of space occupied by a three-dimensional object is called volume. So what is volume? Amount of space occupied by a three-dimensional object is called its volume. For example, the volume of a room is greater than the volume of an almirah kept inside it. Similarly, there are other examples which you can consider. Now let us talk about few important points regarding the volume. Now, dear children, as you all know that we use square units to find area of region, but in case of volume, we will use cubic units to find the volume of solid. To find volume of solid. So, we will use cubic units to find volume of solid. As, why we are using cubic units? As cube is the most convenient solid shape. Most convenient solid shape. So we have understood the definition of volume and we have come to know that we are supposed to use cubic units to find volume of solid, as cube is the most convenient solid shape. Another point to note regarding volume is For finding the area, we divide the region into square units. Similarly, to find the volume of a solid, we need to divide it into cubical units. So we can also say that volume of a solid is measured by counting the number of unit cubes, by counting the number of unit cubes it contains. So these are all the points which you are supposed to keep in mind regarding the volume of any solid. Now I will be discussing the general formula to find the volume of solid. General formula in case of to find the volume of any solid is given by base area into height, or area of base into height. So if I talk about volume of cuboid, this is a cuboid. Now base of this cuboid is rectangular in shape. So the area of base is length into breadth into height. We are supposed to multiply it by height. Base area, in case of cuboid, the base is rectangular, and we know the rectangle area is given by L into B into H. So the volume of cuboid is given by L into B into H. Now if I talk about volume of cube, in case of volume, L is equal to B is equal to H. We know that cube is a special case of cuboid where L is equal to B is equal to H, or we can take it A units or let it be L units. So the volume of cube will be given by L cube if you are taking L is equal to B is equal to H, or if we are taking L only, or if you are taking A units, so then it will be equal to A cube. So here also, if you are putting L is equal to B is equal to H, you will be getting A cube as A if you are putting, or it can be L cube. Basically this A represents the edge of cube, or this L represents the edge of cube. Now if I talk about volume of cylinder, in case of cylinder, you can see in case of cylinder, the base, if you talk about this, the base is circular, so area of base is pi r square into H. So volume of cuboid is given by L into B into H. Area of base into height is the general formula of volume. Volume of cube is given by A cube. Volume of cylinder is given by pi r square into H. Now I am going to discuss NCERT exercise 11.3 questions. So I am going to discuss question number 2. Question number 2 says a suitcase with measures 80 centimeters into 48 centimeters into 24 centimeters is to be covered with a tarpaulin cloth. How many meters of tarpaulin of width 96 centimeter is required to cover 100 such suitcases? Dear children, basically in case of the questions of cube, cuboid and cylinder, we need to find out firstly whether we are supposed to use total surface area formula or lateral surface area formula or curved surface in case of cylinder. So now according to this question, as we are supposed to cover this suitcase with a tarpaulin cloth and length, breadth and height are given to us. So this is a case of cuboid, and as with the tarpaulin cloth we are supposed to cover this suitcase completely, so we are supposed to find total surface area of suitcase. Total surface area of suitcase we are supposed to find out, and as suitcase is in the form of cuboid, is in the shape of cuboid, and we know the formula that in case of cuboid total surface area is given by 2 bracket LB plus BH plus HL. So putting the values of LB, LB and H, this is equal to length is equal to 80 centimeter, breadth is equal to 48 centimeters and height is equal to 24 centimeters. So putting the values in the formula of total surface area of cuboid, we will be solving in this manner. So area will be, total surface area will be equal to 2 bracket L is 80 into B is 48 plus breadth is 48 into H is 24 plus H is 24 into L is 80. Now we are supposed to do the multiplication, and after multiplication we are supposed to multiply length breadth, breadth height and height length. So after multiplication the value which comes out to be, it will be 13,824. This is the total surface area of suitcase. As we are supposed to cover 100 such suitcases, so this is to be multiplied by 100 into 100. We are supposed to cover the suitcases, 100 such suitcases, so it will be centimeter square. Now width of the cloth is given to us. We are supposed to find out how many meters of tarpaulin of width 96 centimeter is required to cover 100 such suitcases. So given width of cloth is equal to 96 centimeters. Let length of cloth, we are taking x centimeters. Now (96) into x will be equal to 13824. I forgot to write these zeros also, here it will also come centimeter square. So this will be equal to this much area, 96 into x, it will be equal to the total surface area of 100 suitcases which we have calculated. X will be equal to total surface area of 100 suitcases divided by 96. After cancelling these two or dividing it properly, you will be getting 14,400 centimeters. You can leave the answer in centimeters, or you can convert it into meters also. So after converting it into meters, you are supposed to divide it by 100. So that will be equal to 144 meters. So in this question, basically you are supposed to find the total surface area of the suitcase, and then as for 100 such suitcases cloth was required, so we have multiplied it by 100, or this multiplication by 100 can be done in the end also, and then width was given, so we have calculated the length of the cloth required to cover 100 such suitcases. You can leave the answer in centimeters or you can convert it into meters also. So let us talk about now next question of exercise 11.3. Question number 5. Question number 5 says, Daniel is painting the walls and ceiling of a cuboidal hall with length, breadth and height of, with length is equal to 15 meters, breadth is equal to 10 meters and height is equal to 7 meters respectively. I have written in the same manner. From each can of paint, 100 meters square of area is painted. How many cans of paint will she need to paint the room? Now, in this case, we are supposed to paint the walls. Point here to note is we are supposed to paint the walls and ceiling. So in this case, dear children, we will take the area of 4 walls and we will add the area of ceiling in that. As it is a cuboidal hall and we know that in a cuboid, all the faces are rectangular. So we know the area of 4 walls. In that we are supposed to add the area of ceiling so that we can paint the walls and the ceiling, that is the required area. So area, length, breadth and height are given to us. Area painted by Daniel will be equal to area of 4 walls. In case of cuboid, area of 4 walls is given by 2 h bracket L plus B plus area of ceiling, it will be L into B. So this is how you are supposed to find out which area you are supposed to paint, or according to the requirement of the question you are supposed to add and subtract the areas from the total surface area or whatsoever it is the requirement of the question. So putting the values, it will be 2 into h here is 7, L is 15 plus breadth is 10 plus L is 15 into breadth is 10. I have simply put the values of L, B and H in the formula. It will be further equal to 14 into 25 plus 150. So 14 into 25, you will be getting 350 plus 150, that will be equal to 500 meters square. So main thing is we are supposed to find out which is the area we are supposed to paint, as it was required the 4 walls area plus ceiling area. So 4 walls area, that is the lateral surface area, that is 2HL plus B. Ceiling area is a rectangle, so it will be L into B. Simply put the values and you will come to know the area to be painted by Daniel. Now it is also given to us in the question, from each can of paint 100 meters square of area is painted. We are supposed to find number of cans of paint will she need to paint the room. This much area, to paint this much area, how many cans will be required? So we will be finding out that also. Number of cans required to paint 100 meters square, it is equal to 1, as it is given to us in the question. So number of cans required to paint 500 meter square area, that is equal to, we have calculated the area of 4 walls plus ceiling, that is 500 meter square. It will be given by 500 meter square divided by 100 meter squares. So these two get cancelled out. So number of cans required to paint 500 meter square is equal to 5. So 5 cans are required to paint 500 meter square area. I hope you have understood the questions, question number 2 and question number 5, which I have discussed with you. Let us now discuss homework solutions of exercise 11.2. Few questions I will be discussing in detail, and for few questions, dear children, I will be giving you the hint to solve those particular questions. Now I am specifically going to discuss question number 7. Question number 7 is, the floor of a building consists of 3000 tiles which are rhombus shaped. The shape of the tile is given to us, that is rhombus, and each of its diagonals are 45 centimeter and 30 centimeter in length. Find the total cost of polishing the floor if the cost per meter square is rupees 4. So this is all what we have been given in the question. As the tile is in the shape of rhombus and we know the area of rhombus is given by, or here according to the requirement I am writing area of the tile, or you can write area of rhombus shaped tile. It is half into product of its diagonals. That is, one of the diagonal is, you can write here d1 into d2, product of its diagonals. So it will be half into 45 into 30. So you will be cancelling it with 2, and after multiplication of 45 into 15, you will be getting 675 centimeters square. This is the area of one tile. Now we know that area of floor is equal to area of one tile into number of tiles. We have calculated the area of one tile. Number of tiles are also given to us in the question. I hope we can find the area of floor very easily. So I am going to find area of floor now. It is equal to 3000 number of tiles into area of one tile we have calculated as 675 centimeter square. So it will be, after multiplication you will be getting this much area. Now the cost per meter square is rupees 4. It is given to us in meters square. So we are supposed to convert this area of floor, which we have calculated in centimeter square, into meters square. And we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 meter square is equal to 10,000 centimeters square. So we are supposed to divide this area by 10,000 to get the area of floor into meters square. So area in meters square will be, I am dividing the area in centimeter square by 10,000. So these will get cancelled out and you will be getting 202.5 meters square. Now cost of 1 meter square, cost of per meter square or 1 meter square is equal to rupees 4. So cost of 202.5 meters square will be equal to 202.5 into 4. That will be equal to rupees 810.0 or rupees 810. I hope question number 7 of exercise 11.2 is clear to you. Now I am going to discuss question number 9 of exercise 11.2. Question says, top surface of a raised platform is in the shape of a regular octagon as shown in the figure. The figure is given to us in the question. Find the area of the octagonal surface. This is the figure which is given to us in the question. If I will join this line, we will find that this octagonal surface has been divided into two trapeziums and one rectangle. Now I am giving name to this octagonal figure. It is A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Now dear children, we have recalled in this lecture also the area of trapezium. Area of trapezium is given by half into sum of parallel sides. These two are parallel sides. As this is given to us as 5 meters and it is a regular octagon, so this will also be 5 meters. So we know the measurement of parallel sides and distance between them is also known to us. So these two trapeziums are having the same area. So area of this octagonal region will be given by area of trapezium ABCH plus area of rectangle HCDG plus area of trapezium GDEF. So I am just giving you the hint of this question. So it will be half into sum of parallel sides 11 plus 5, it will be 16, into distance between them, that is 4, plus, as these are two trapeziums, so this area can be multiplied by 2, plus area of this rectangle. This is 11 into 5, that is 55. So this 2 gets cancelled out with this 2. 16 into 4 is 64 plus 55. So the area of this complete surface will be equal to 119 meters square. So, dear children, this octagonal surface has been divided into two trapeziums and one rectangle, and we know the formula of rectangle as well as area of trapezium. So using those formulas, we have calculated the area of this octagonal region as 119 meters square. So I hope, dear children, you have understood this question number 9 also. So today's homework, you are supposed to complete question number 1 to question number 10 of exercise 11.3 in your homework notebooks. Dear children, I hope on the basis of the concepts taught in this lecture, you will be able to solve these questions, or else if you still have doubt, you can clarify your doubts in the online classes. That's all for today. Thank you so much.